brain imaging now, and what we're finding is that 95% of what you do every day is happening pre-consciously, without the involvement of your neocortex, without that big logical brain getting turned on or activated at all. Now, it's not really surprising when you think about it, how many billions of stimuli impact you every day. Lots and lots of different things impinging on you, and you can't possibly make sense out of it all. So the expensive piece of hardware, the one that costs you the most calories, doesn't get turned on at all. I mean, they've shown this, where you ask somebody a question, and you see their response form in their other parts of the brain, and then a second or two later, they say it out loud. And that's because in between, all of that logical stuff has to kind of start up, and the gears have to start turning, and everything has to get activated, and then what comes out of your mouth is a complete bullshit rationalization instead of what really happened, which wasn't accessible to you consciously. That's a fact. You ever heard the word gut feeling? There's actually a ganglion of nerves that's kind of a secondary brain right there under your solar plexus. Works pretty well, keeps you out of danger. You know danger through this, not through this. 95% is pre-conscious. But who are we selling to online? The logical brain, Mr. Spock. And that's a big failure point, and that's what I want to talk about. So if you think about your lower brains, the emotional brain and the reptilian brain, the survival brain, this is kind of how this is the scariest sign in the world to your reptilian brain right there. Change ahead. Because change means I have to deal with it. Now, there's Kahneman and Tversky. One of them won the Nobel Prize. The other one kicked the can before he could be awarded the same Nobel Prize. They were economists that basically said, here's a bunch of illogical things and illogical ways that people make decisions. And they broke the brain down into, crudely speaking, what they called System 1 and System 2. And System 1 is the logical part of the brain I've been talking about. And it's expensive. It takes a lot of energy to operate. It gets tired and makes poor decisions. Okay? And it's kind of it's basically kept in the dark. You guys have this expression, the mushroom principle of management in Australia. This is what I say in the U.S. The mushroom principle of management is keep them in the dark and feed them bullshit. Okay, I guess that doesn't translate very well. Keep them in the dark and, no, okay. What can I say? I'm sorry, sir. You're expecting education. You get poor entertainment instead. Okay, now, the reason I brought that up is that those other brains are the